Hello, YouTube. Hello, Hachu. We are back with another Hearts to Hearts video. So, the one choreography of theirs that I haven't analyzed yet is the chase. So, I figured we would do that today. So, I didn't even know that they had a performance video for this. So, we're going to watch that for our first watch, and then for the second watch, where we do rewinds and pauses and really dig into the analysis, that's where I'll do the dance practice. So, I'm excited for this. I haven't listened to this song in a very long time. I did see it at SM Town back in May, but I actually don't think I've listened to it since. So it'll kind of be like a re-listening, a re-first time, you know? It's been a while, so it'll hit differently. But the styling is really cool, and it seems like they play a lot with like the black and white opposing outfits. They do it a lot in Focus too. That was a good transition. They've got a lot of very precise and intricate like hand and wrist movements here. I do remember that move. I didn't have the best view for that part of the concert. There was like a big thing right in the middle, so I couldn't see a lot of it, but then we moved seats. Ooh, the lighting here is so good. Oh, that is such a stunning shot. Okay. And they're there with their heart shapes. Okay, I love choreography like that, where they're really interacting with each other and like touching and making shapes. The lighting and the styling is so good in this video. And the vocals. Ooh, some floor choreo. That's a really hard move to synchronize, and they did it really well. We're gonna have to slow that down because that's impressive. Yeah, I do remember liking that song. Like, it's not one that like I'm gonna have on repeat, but like when you hear it, you're like, oh, this is a good song. It's a really great debut. It really showcases their vocals really well. Like, I think honestly this might be their best song vocally. I do really like the vocals. Well, actually in Ocean, or no wait, Blue Moon, sorry. I keep getting all of like the blue themed songs mixed up between groups. In Blue Moon, I think that's their best vocals. But this, out of like their tracks with videos, I think is their best vocals. And then again, SM production, always gonna be insane. The lighting, the styling, just the camera work, especially in like those outdoor scenes, the lighting, especially like they had these moving lighting, it was so good. But we're gonna move over to the dance practice because this is a good one. Like, some of it in the chorus is a little bit simpler, which makes sense for a debut, but it's still, honestly, there's so much intricacies throughout it. Like, see the way they're alternating here. They have a few of them go up, and then while the other ones are going down. It's a cool effect. Oh, that snap. That A. Choreography. See, like, they're just so sharp on these movements, like here. Just look how in sync they are, how they hit. Look at that. They all hit at the exact same time into their deepest position, sinking into the hip here. The hands are so cool. Like the way that they're playing with the tempo here, like they'll have like a fast movement and then they'll have a slow one and then a fast one. So just when you play with the tempo and the speeds and the sharpness like that, like every move is just as precise, but they just play with the tempo, and it makes for a really cool effect. And look how precise their wrist positions are here. So obviously these were very precise, but even continuing into here, they all have this exact same angle of their wrists, and then they come down, and this is like a difficult position to hold with your arm, like just having it like that. Like, I don't know, literally just try it. Put your hand in front of you and face your hand down and flat at the same time. Like, it actually really works your forearm. So just like keeping those positions in mind while they're dancing, it takes a lot of effort muscularly. And then as I come here, look at that. And it's just like, again, these wrist details, it's such a small little thing, but it really does add so much to this position. Like if it was like there was no precise wrist position and they were just like whatever, like maybe a little extended, maybe a little flourish, maybe flexed, it would still look fine, but it wouldn't look this clean. See, I really like this move. And I think this was like their like iconic move from the dance, part of their challenge. But like I really like that it incorporates like that subtle like flirty like hip hop, but while they're also leaning back and bringing their arms back, they're still using the space around them. So even when you're farther back and you can't really see them popping the hip as much, you're still getting a picture that includes a lot of movement. And like to be facing sideways instead of front on is also plays a big effect into how you see that movement. Because I mean, look how much space they're taking up and how much space they have like between their arms and their back or between their legs, so that they create a cool silhouette. Whereas if they were facing front on doing this, it was not going to give the same effect at all. See, again, with the precise wrist positions. Look at that. See, like, again, it's just such a little detail, but it adds so much into how clean this is. And again, look how, I just literally paused this just totally randomly. Look at the synchronicity. The synchronicity of that clap too, they all hit that exactly the same time. Just so much with those wrists. It adds a lot. Sorry, where were we? So right here, like look at this. And then that flip. It's just such a nice detail. And like there are so many of them, and not a single one ever falters on those wrist positions either. See again there. This part, really cool, playing with all the levels around them and the space around them. This is great. This is a great silhouette. Like they like this part specifically. I mean, there's a lot of cool silhouettes going on. Like this shot. That's stunning. Just going from like the in and then how sharp that is. They are so sharp and so precise. It's just everything they do. You can see how hard they've drilled it and how much work they've put into it to get every single second, every single joint, all of it so 100% perfect. Oh, I really like this. It's just such a cool silhouette that they've been creating. And like the way it hits with that snappy part of the beat, both the dance and the beat are playing off of each other to emphasize each other. Yeah, something I really love about Hearts to Hearts that I notice in all of their performance is how precise their start and finish positions of every movement are. Even though they do pretty quick choreos and that have pretty quick movements, there is such a defined ending position to every movement that they do. It's like they pause for a split second in time, even though they don't have that much time to do that. But yeah, it's just, they're so sharp. Because like on like that movement, the like sparkle, sparkle, it's like this can easily just start to blend together. But every single time they did that, it was a separate movement and you could tell. This part is so cool. Again, like just playing with the different levels around them and then like these slow, exaggerated, just fluid movements. Like this, as they all break away from the center. That's stunning. Like that high note. And obviously we can't see it super well from here, but this movement with the heads looks so cool. Well, it does look cool from here still, but it looks so extra cool from the angle in the performance video. But just the fact that they're like pretty much all exactly the same height makes this look a lot cooler. They just happened to get lucky that every single one of their most talented trainees at the time was about the same height, because it makes for really clean looking choreos. Because if they were all a bunch of different heights in this circle, it wouldn't look quite as cool. Yeah, so this movement right here, this like flick of the leg, is, I would say, one of the top most difficult movements to do in sync. They're not even perfect here, but they are a lot closer than most groups get on this movement, because the way that the hip socket, the hip joint, is constructed, just happens to make it so that it's a little bit different in every single person. So essentially, like, this is your pelvis, and then like this is the head of your femur. Some people like have a little bit more space to move this way, with their this like being their hip and their leg to move this way through the joint. Some people have a tighter joint socket, so they just don't get as much movement. So like you can see her, she probably has the most range of motion. Her and her have the most range of motion out of them all to be able to turn their hip outwards the most and get their heel this high. Whereas these two have a little bit less range of motion. She's about horizontal. She isn't quite horizontal just because not everybody's hip joint allows for that much motion. So the fact that this line, especially right here, is so even, and her too, is very impressive. Yeah, let's just watch this in synchronicity too, because I didn't slow it down with the hands, but that part is really cool. Like, we're really slowing this down frame by frame. And it's so perfect. Yeah, absolutely amazing choreography for a debut, to have so much intricacies and complexities throughout, especially with like the hands and the wrist. Those really stood out to me, and for them to be so precise, which they are in every single one of their choreographies, I am always so impressed by them. It's incredible. I've gotten really into them, especially after the release of their Focus mini album. I loved that song. I love the music video, and I love all the B-sides. So if you haven't listened to the full album, definitely check out the B-sides because they are incredible. My favorite, well, there's only 3 of them, but my favorites are Apple Pie and then Blue Moon. Just amazing. They're bringing back like that old, like second gen K-pop-y K-pop sound, and it's so needed. So yeah, I absolutely love them. So please make sure to leave a like, subscribe. We've got lots more Hearts to Hearts content. I have a playlist with all of my videos of theirs, so it's easy to find them. And then I also just opened up my Patreon last week, and on there we'll be getting into variety content from a bunch of different groups, including Hearts to Hearts. So I will be starting Hearts Chase on there soon. So if you want to join me for watching that, please take a look. I'm leaving the link to that in my description, and give it a sub. I obviously, since we're going over copyrighted content on here, I do not make any money from YouTube AdSense. So if you want to support me, the Patreon is the best way to do it. And as always, leave a comment down below. I try to respond to everybody if I can, and I just love appreciating our girls. So thanks, guys.